Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Persis Plays Rimworld. It's a colony simulator by Tynan Sylvester. It's a really good game. I've been playing the hell out of it recently. It's available on Steam. It's kind of like an indie game. I think it's technically an alpha, and we're in version alpha 17 there. So let's get right into it. As always, there's going to be a link in the video description to buy the game on Steam if you'd like to purchase it for yourself, and also to the playlist so you can watch all these in a row once I start getting ahead of you a little. So let's go ahead and start a new colony. The kind of feel for this game is like SimCity mixed with like a Firefly world, like kind of Old West futuristic crash spaceship and stuff like that. Survival type thing. It's great. I like it. Crash Landed is your standard Rimworld thing. Oh, and the game is highly moddable, but I haven't installed any mods or anything like that. So anyway, let's do regular Crash Landed. We'll do the classic with the regular difficulty. And then when you create the world, it's like random seed. So if I do like Dorkks, if you put in the same settings, you'll get the exact... Oh, no. Dorkks. Dorkks with 2Ks, fine. If you put in those exact same settings, you'll get the exact same world, apparently. So what it's going to do is going to generate the world for us to play around in, and we got to decide a place for our colonists to crash onto. So you see there's all kinds of other factions around. What I want to try to do, see if you zoom all the way in, you got these hexes. And it kind of gives you an idea of like what's in the area and how much rain you get and how long the growing period is. So the farther south you go, you said Dorks, you'll get like a growing period year round, and the farther north you go, you'll get like a growing period that's like 10 days long. So we want to try to be somewhere in the middle, and we want an area with a decent amount of farmland, and these guys here are different factions that we're going to like trade with, and they're going to raid us and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of want to be around a decent amount of factions, but we don't want like too many bad guy factions. Got the Owl Men, the Gray Cheetahs, and Numbago of the Cliff, Varunt. Yeah, see, so there's all different ones, so we can kind of choose an area, you know, depending on how hard. Like this is just full of bad guys. Down here, I think I like this area in here somewhere. Maybe we'll, what is this? Green Forest Accord, Green Forest Accord, a lot of Green Forest Accord, Hairtown. Looks like there's a decent amount of stuff in this area, and just this one, the Owl Men are going to be the bad guys for this playthrough, it looks like. I like a year-round growing period that's very nice. Let's see. This dry region, but not quite a desert. Then you got tropical rainforest. You got temperate forest. Maybe somewhere like here, or maybe give us a little bit of mountain to mine into. We got to just pick one. I mean, we're being difficult here. Let's just go right here. We're kind of close to some water. We're kind of close to, we got some stuff to mine. Let's just do it. All right, next. All right, so what you have is you have these colonists that you get, and you'll get more colonists as the game goes on. So you can kind of choose the colonists when you start out, and you don't want to be too, like, you know, perfect with it. But they all have different skills of things they can do and things they can't do. There are certain ones that I've learned are extremely frustrating. So at least in the beginning when we only had 3, we kind of want to make sure we don't have any of this. So this person is a brawler, which means they don't like guns, which is horrible. Okay, and they got all kinds of weird traits, like hates and distrusts women and likes to be up in the middle of the night and stuff like that. This person can't craft. Okay, that's fine. A guy that can't be artistic is fine. I don't see what too smart for his own good. Learns fast but breaks easy, and needs an impressive bedroom. Okay, well that's fair enough. We can deal with this guy. This person is incapable of like everything. Capable of social, green thumb, ascetic, wants to be a nudist. Okay, and live in Whatever. Okay, fine. Bambi looks reasonable. See, this is the worst. Incapable of dumb labor, because that means they can't like haul things or clean up, and it becomes real frustrating when most of your colony can't do that stuff. You end up really getting hemmed in. So we're gonna try to, yeah, incapable of cleaning. Child like Joywire addict. Trigger happy. Yeah. Capable of social and artistic. Industrious. Very ugly. Okay. Can't do social, can't do artistic, but the rest of this stuff is reasonable. Do we have like someone that can do doctoring, like medicine? A little bit of medicine there, a little bit of medicine there. We're going to be at a little bit of a... Okay, well, I've already wasted 5 minutes. Let's just go. Time to generate our map and see what the world has for us. Okay. The three of you awaken your crypto sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to escape this. You can barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown Rimworld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall all around you, you start making plans to survive. So, here's where we're at. What? Oh, here we go. Here's our boys are landing right now. So, what you got? Very like, you know, SimCity, Prison Architect kind of controls. You can speed up time, go normal speed, hit pause. So I'm going to just pause it at first and see where we're at. Let's see. First thing we want to do is this is how much priority these colonists will do for like working. So you can just have X's where they will do things or won't do things, and the stuff up here is more priority than the stuff down here. But if you go manual, you can actually change the priorities. So I can make so putting out fires is the most important thing, and laying in bed when you're sick is most important. And then I want anybody that can doctor to doctor at this point until we get a better doctor. This is, you know, resting. Flicking switches like turning on and off things. Warden is for when you collect prisoners. Handle is for taming animals. So right now, let's just have the one guy handle because he's really good at it. You see the little fire symbols means that that person really likes that and they get really good at that stuff. So you kind of want to, like, this guy's really good at mining, so we'll put him on mining. We need to make sure people can cook. This guy's 3 out of 20, 2 out of 20, 0 out of 20. So we want to make sure that both of these guys are cooking. Hunt is to hunt animals, obviously. And both these guys shoot computer and tactician, or Hippo and Edwards. Hippo and Edwards, okay. They're the guys we want to shoot. Construct, that's like building base stuff, so we definitely want that. This guy can't construct worth a hell, but he's going to be cooking and handling animals. Grow is for growing plants. Definitely want that. Plant cut, we want everyone doing, because that's like chopping down wood and stuff like that. Mining, we got this guy on it. We'll keep this guy off it, because, well, actually, he doesn't have much going on at all. So we might... What is this guy good at? Edwards. If you go here to character, you see he's really good at shooting and he's okay at construction. So we'll put Edwards priority construction and research. This is one of those things that's going to be important later on. Well, let's just leave it like that for now. Craft, this guy's our crafting guy, along with handling animals and cooking. That's good. Put that up a little because we're wanting that to be what he does. Okay, so for now we'll stick with that. They've got all that. So Hippo and Edwards are 2 hunters, and what we start with is a bunch of resources and weapons and stuff. And this game, you're not directly controlling your guy. Like you're not telling him, okay, I want you to do this, I want you to do this. You're basically setting up what you want to allow them to do or not to allow them to do, and they kind of do it on their own, and they take their own initiative. Like you can prioritize things, but you can't. I mean, and you can draft them, like specifically say go here, but they'll stand there and just starve to death if you just leave them like that. So you see all this stuff is forbidden, which means that they won't pick it up. But of course we want to unforbid all this stuff because we want them to have access to all the different stuff that they've crash landed with. So we got steel. If you double click, it'll click all the things of that type. So we want them to be able to use the steel, want them to be able to use the wood. These are meals to get them started. We've got weapons here, a knife. So the one guy that wasn't good at shooting gets the knife, and if you right-click, equip the knife there. Edwards, you're getting he's puking right now. You're going to get the bolt-action rifle for your trouble. I like to keep this going fast and then just pause it. And the other one, Hippo, are you done vomiting? now you can equip the pistol. Okay, and we're going to unforbid. The silver is like the currency of Rimworld. And actually, where is it? Toggle. Visibility. Toggle. Okay, it's not counting any of this stuff. So, all right, so we're starting out. And just to give you an idea of what's going on, looks like we got a pet right now. And what we can do is look at what they're doing. We can train them to do things. We can train them to follow. We can train them to help us in a fight and to haul things and all that kind of stuff. So we want to get that started as soon as possible. We've also got some medicine here. What we have, if we zoom out, we've got a nice big map. Okay. And depending on what the seed is and what little hex you pick, you get different things. So remember, I wanted like some areas to mine, I wanted some areas to grow. So this is what's going on. This is all like rock that we can mine away, and you got different resources. You got like steel here. This is compacted machinery, which is, if you mine them, you get these components, which you use to, make stuff like air conditioners. You got animals that come along, like these pigs, a bunch of different kind of animals. Ooh, we want all these survival meals fell down too. And what the heck are these? Monkeys? Okay, we got crashed ship parts. So this is like pieces of the ship that we crashed into. And you got different things here like berry bushes. And they're 100% grown, so that means we can like harvest them. 95% fine, 67, we'll leave that one. 93, harvest, harvest, harvest. Okay, so they'll pick the raspberries and collect them up. Now, where are my dudes? Okay, so what we want to try to do is pick an area we're going to set up our camp. A marsh, which is like all blah. This is going to be a very wet area. Is this all? Okay, this is rich soil, so we can grow crops on here really well. It's like more fertile than 100%. So that's a great place to grow crops. What I'm going to want to do, if I go to orders here, I can tell them to start chopping wood here. And when I tell them to grow on there, they'll chop the wood anyway. But in the meantime, I'm going to let them start going. And they'll start chopping wood and mining things. So you see, they're going to chop wood. The other guy's probably going over here to pick those berries. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to set up... I'm going to start to set up dumping zones and stockpile zones. Because they're going to be the areas... Still want to try to decide where I want to put my base here. You see, you got some like leftover pieces of walls and stuff from older civilizations. Looks like we got a big setup here, but there's a couple marshy areas. Marsh. We got to stay away from that. This is marshy soil, which is no good. Can we build on that? Yeah, we can build on that stuff. So that's all right. We just can't build. Can't build on here, so we don't want to. I'm just trying to plan a little bit because you want to have enough space to go forward without jamming yourself up too much. So let's kind of nestle ourselves right up in here. The first thing we're gonna want to do. Let me look at the research. I want to see what kind of stuff, because this is all the stuff you can like make and different things. Like you can put up solar panels to get electricity, and you can do air conditioners and heaters and stuff like that. So just taking a look at what we have available right now. Not too much. Passive cooler, I guess air conditioner. Oh, it's right here. Okay, we already have access to that. Okay, good. Because we are in the rainforest, so it's going to be pretty hot. So let's go ahead. What I'm going to do here, off to the side. All right, here's how it's going to go. I'm going to start with a bit of a like square. I'm just going to put like some posts up here, and then I'm going to add a roof build area, right? And then I'm going to put a stockpile zone right here. Now, in the stockpile zone, we want them to put, well, pretty much everything for now. We're going to have them put everything in here, and they'll put it under the roof. And let me start them cracking, so that once they're done with whatever they're doing, they're going to chop some wood, and then they're going to start putting all the stuff that, like this stuff, underneath this roof after they build the roof. So let's see. Did that guy not pick up his rifle? He doesn't have a rifle. He has a pistol. Pick up your rifle. All right, so now they're building this like overhang here. And what we can also do if we want to get cute is we can put like a floor down, like a wooden floor. So they'll chop up all the wood and the trees and stuff that are there. The stockpile stuff, they're gonna move all this crap underneath there, and it'll make it so this stuff doesn't go bad, because you see deteriorating due to being unroofed, and deteriorating due to being unroofed. So once they move the stuff under here, it won't deteriorate as quickly. And there's things obviously like raw meat and stuff like that that'll spoil if you don't have it refrigerated. So we want to get that going, and we're gonna start again. I want to make sure I don't like kind of hem myself in too much. I'm gonna start making a place for them to sleep. So I'm going to start all the way over here to the side, and I'm going to, we want our rooms to be pretty big. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that far enough over? I might want to move them farther out. Well, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then out here, let me do something like that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because depending on the size of the rooms, the colonists will be happy or unhappy, and we want them to be as happy as possible, because they make our lives pretty miserable if they're not happy. So let's go ahead and, where are we at? Back to structure. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it? Did I not? Actually, oh, you know what? That was probably floors instead of walls. I had selected still. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then kind of make 4, 5. Was that 5 by 5, or did I mess that up? Yeah, I messed that up. Okay, get that. Cancel this. And I got to pause right now, but like to kind of plan these things out a little bit, and we'll make it ready for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll make it kind of ready for 2 people or 4 people, I'm sorry, to start out. So just in case we have any more people come in or we get raided and we need to take a prisoner, we'll do like that. We'll put some wooden doors in, just like this, like that, and we'll get some, just to start out, some wooden beds, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll top it all off with some wooden floors. Ooh, just like that. Okay, so it's saying there's not enough stored because we're, still chopping down all these trees, and the stuff's got to get kind of stored here before it counts. But you see all the stuff that's in storage gets lined up over here. So you see they've moved some of the steel over there, they've moved some of the wood over there. Perfect. One of the other things we want to do is start splitting out our storage a little bit. And we want to start getting ahead of mining. So we want the compact machinery, sure. And we want definitely some of this steel. And of course, they haven't finished building their house, so they're just sleeping on under the stars. And during the nighttime, your whole colony, they don't do much of anything. It is what it is. You got to do your best with what you got. So that is the main dumping area. So we got this guy's mining right now. We've got all this wood that got chopped. We can harvest some of these berries. H, harvest, 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 harvest. Okay. And now you see we've already got a minor break risk. What that means, and this is the thing I'll be dealing with the entire playthrough, everyone's got needs of how happy they are. They got low expectations, they're optimistic about the new colony, but they're uncomfortable, ate without a table, slept outside, slept on the ground, ugly environment, and greedy for the most impressive bedroom. So you have all these things, and when someone gets unhappy enough, we got here, okay, let's deconstruct these. When someone gets unhappy enough, they will break, and they could do anything from starting fires to wandering around, not eating, locking themselves in their room, all kinds of stuff, which I'm sure we'll get on with here. And you can also, what you do, if I go to work to see who I got on construct, Edwards is the guy that we want constructing. So, well, actually he's doing it right now. I was going to say we can right click and say prioritize working on this wooden wall, or prioritize chopping this tree. So he's just going to start making the making the old barracks right here. Let's see, where else we want to do? We want to start... We're kind of, in the beginning, you're kind of doing everything at once, so it's a little bit of a thing. Let's start putting some solar panels over here. So we're gonna do, yeah, let's do a set of solar panels over here. We'll just get them planned out, and then as they mine enough steel and stuff, they'll get it. And then, of course, we want power for the solar panels to come through so that it can get in our wonderful base. So there we go. And, of course, one bed got made, so the guy that made it quickly scooped it up for himself and decided he was going to sleep while everyone sleeps out in the sky. So let's see what else. Work. Okay, they're all on hauling, they're all on cleaning. So when these guys wake up, and you can see right here, he's like eating a meal and just eating a meal. Okay, now he's building. These other two people, Bambi and Edwards, are sleeping. So when they wake up, I'm going to have them prioritize. See, right here, he's hauling wood. But what I want him to do is haul this stuff. Get it under the roof. Get it under the roof. See, I'm like forcing him to haul. Oops. No, I don't want it to consume it. I want you to haul it. Because I want this stuff to stop going bad. And the components, of course. The other stuff can actually stay outside. It won't go bad at all. Like the steel and these chunks of rocks and stuff like that. That can all stay. So, for now, that's looking good. All right, so we can start to organize. And what we can also do is we can have them... Cassowary. We can have them hunt animals. And that's how you get some meat. You can, like, pick the raspberries. Or you can grow some crops. Or you can hunt animals. And every time they take a shot or every time they build something, they get better at the things like that they're doing. So Edwards, I think, was the guy shooting the cassowary, or was it Edwards? I don't know. And you see, like, he gets better at shooting, and you see progress to the next level. So the more they do the things, the better they get at them, and all that kind of stuff. So this is our, probably made that a little far away, but that's okay. Looks like we got a group from Verrunt visiting colony, and they have a few items to trade. Okay, so what I want to see is who my best guy is at wardening is actually my social skill, and it looks like none of my guys other than one can do social. Hippo has a social of 3, no social, no social. So remember when I was doing the generating of the characters, I wanted to try to make sure I wasn't too, handcuffed at certain things. Well, this is the thing. Only this guy can trade with people. So I'm going to send him over to trade with this guy, Pi from Verrunt. And you can see the different factions nearby. Oh boy, we have two. We have two factions that are relatively happy with us, and we've got 3 unhappy with us tribes. The Grey Cheetahs and the Owlmen both hate us. These pirate bands, you'll never be able to make friends with them. We might be able to make friends with Numbago of the Cliff, though. So, not looking so hot there, but we're just waiting for good old Hippo to get over there and do some trading with Pi. So, this is a trade screen, so we can see that they have a bowler hat we can buy from them. And they have 121 silver. We have silver that's just not been put, so we can't trade it because it's not a stockpile zone. So, yeah, we could buy the bowler hat, or we could sell off some of our medicine or components or survival meals. Let's sell off a couple survival meals and get some silver out of these guys, shall we? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, and you see they just dropped the stuff right down on the ground there, so I can tell him, hey, yo, all the silver. Let's get it where it belongs. They're still working away on that. We're going to also get some more wood. Try to chop all these trees here. Perfect. We're going to want to mine all this stuff. Just like that. And I absolutely love the music in this game. I think it's phenomenal. It fits, it's wonderful. It's absolutely great. So, let's see where we got. We want to start making an area where we can produce things. We're gonna want like a workshop-y kind of area. So we're going to plan this out once again, just like we did the other one. First things first, we want to get a freezer together. This is going to be important. So that's where our raw materials are going to be. Let's kind of... Oh. Edwards thinks we should give our faction a name. What should our faction be called? We landed, and then that this specific community should have a name. I think Township by the Crag is fine because it's a craggy kind of area. Our faction, what faction? Well, the Dorkks with 2 Ks. That's our faction because that was our seed. So we are now the Dorkks, the Dorkkas, and our community is Township by the Crag, and that's the crag right there. So all right. So anyway, let's start planning this stuff out a little bit. And you see they've started to make, they've taken some of the steel and they've made power conduits. They haven't gotten to the solar generators yet, but we're digging away at the steel that's close by. So we're generating more and more stuff. All right, they're still working on that. Let's get this thing planned out once and for all. What I want, that's going to be where we're going to grow stuff. So maybe we'll do the kitchen kind of area. Can I build on here? No, because that's all moist. Can't build on there. So we kind of want everything to be central right here. Let's go ahead and major break risk. What do you, Hippo? What's wrong with you, Hippo? Hippo, new colony, yeah, hideous environment, greedy for the impressive bedroom. There are no bedrooms yet, Hippo. What's to be greedy about? Jesus. Already. He's going to have a break before we know it, before we even get started. Mad animal. Oh, boy. Looks like a rat has gone mad and is now coming after us. So I'm going to take the guy that has the pistol, good old Hippo. I set him to hunt, and then I want him to hunt the rat immediately. Because, of course, the rat goes straight after Edwards, and that's one of the things we have to change to. Right in the beginning, you have to, like, set everything up, or at least I do the way I want to. So you have here under, what was it, assign? Yeah, assign what they do when they get attacked. And current mode fleet, no thank you. I want you to fight back. Fight back, fight back, fight back. And drugs, no drugs. No drugs and no drugs. I will tell you when you can have drugs. So let's get that going. And of course, because something's happening, it won't let me fast forward through all this because there's a life and death struggle between Edwards and a rat. And now Edwards looks like he's scratched up. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to set this as a medical bed for now. We're going to rest until healed. Who's my doctor? Who's my best doctor? Watch, it's going to be Edwards. Bambi. Bambi's my best doctor. Bambi, fix Edwards. So she's going to take some medicine and she's going to tend to his wounds so he doesn't get an infection and die, which we don't want. And when you look at health, these mean that their wounds have all been tended. So now he'll be fine after a little bit of rest. Let him handle that. We're going to keep mining out this steel because we're going to need the steel to make the solar panels and everything. Perfect. And once again, trying to figure out how I want to do the kitchen kind of area. So let's just do it. We're going to make it nice and big, kind of future-proof ourselves. And actually, I'm going to pause it so that I can do the doors and all that kind of stuff. We'll do it that big, right? What we're going to want in here is, for sure, a cooler. Because what a cooler does is allows you to turn this into a freezer. So we want that. We're going to want some power going to the cooler. It's just got to be nearby, so that's good enough. Maybe we'll do like one little notch closer. Right. We want some doors back in the structure. We want some wood doors, so let's put a wood door here and a wood door here so they can hit it from both sides. And then, of course, floors. We want wood floors. So this is going to be our freezer. And then connected to the freezer, we want production. We're going to want a place with a butcher table, and we're going to want some stoves. 1, 2. So we actually want this to be a little bigger. Little copy, just like this. And then cancel. Cancel, 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 cancel. Okay. So here's what I want to do. I want to have enough space for an electric stove here and then one next to it for later. And then here we're going to have a butcher table. So let's get a butcher table right there and put the electric stove right here. And we're going to need power going to this too. Power conduit. Actually, we'll just drop it straight through the building, just like that. And then we're going to also put up some walls. Well, let's make the furniture first to see. Okay, we want a nice long table. This is where everyone's going to eat and have a good old time right in the middle of this big old room. Boom, just like that. And we'll make some dining chairs. Maybe stools for now. We'll do stools. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ham. We only got 3 people, but we're going to do that many stools. 8 stools. And then structure. Kind of enclose this thing in here. This is going to be kind of like their hangout zone where they all eat and stuff like that. They're going to have a marvelous time. Perfect. And we're going to want another temperature cooler. We're going to want another cooler, and we're actually going to put coolers in all these buildings and stuff like that. But for now, I'm just going to get this all ready to go. Here, cooler here, and a heater here, and a heater here, and a cooler here. Gotta make sure they're pointing the right way. Good, perfect. So there's that. Make another wooden door. Oh, wooden door. Nope, not wooden floor. Wooden door. There we go. And we can actually start these guys cooking again. So let's go floors. Another wooden floor. Let's see. Have all that. Okay, so now, we're gonna have our freezer in here. We're gonna have our solar panels up here with our power coming in, just like this. We're gonna need some lights. So you got all this stuff, and it's going to take him forever to build all this stuff. Disease. He's got an infection? Edwards? Bambi, wake up and tend to Edwards. He's got an infection. I put him straight to bed, and now he's got a minor infection because he got scratched by a rat. What an inglorious way to get an infection. Okay, well, Bambi's eating and sleeping on the ground because these guys are just not getting things done. But we've got to kind of plan. We've got to start it out. The video's been going for 32 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to end it here. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do this playthrough. If I'm going to do it like the Stardew Valley, where I do a lot of cutaways once we get moving, or if I just do a straight playthrough without skipping anything, we'll see. It can be a very long playthrough. It's a very long-form game, so you know, it's going to be a lot of fun. I like it. I like this a lot. It's a great game. So I thank you very much for watching this video series. Again, there's going to be a link in the video description to the playlist. So if after the first day, it's going to be one video a day for God knows how long. So after the first day, you're watching this, you can go and just go part to part to part. And yeah, so I appreciate it very much if you're watching this. Thanks very much for that. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.